Hi, my name's Georgia and I'm a second year chemistry student at the University of Reading. I'm going to tell you a little bit about student life and what my experiences have been, as well as why I chose Reading. So, to start off, a little bit about myself. I'm from the West Midlands, more specifically a town called Nuneaton, which is in Warwickshire. I also went to school in the West Midlands, so this gives me sort of an idea of what students from that area might feel and some of the challenges that they might face. I also did my A-levels in the West Midlands, and for A-levels I took biology, chemistry and English literature. Finally, I have dyslexia, and some of the challenges that you can face as a student with maybe a learning difficulty is something I can relate to myself. Reading has a great department to help out with things like that. They're based in the library and they're always there for any questions or problems you might have. You can also apply for a disabled student's allowance, which means you might get something like a free printer, some extra help during exams or extra time, and I personally have a green sticker. This sticker is something that I can place on all of my coursework, so lecturers know not to deduct extra marks from my work for some things that I may not be able to help. So all round, the university is very understanding of problems like these. So the process of actually moving to uni can be one of the hardest parts of university itself. It can be very difficult to know what to look for in a university, and as there are so many unis out there, it can be a challenge in itself just to get to the universities and decide what you want to see. So here are some of the things I looked for when I went to university and some of the things I especially liked about Reading. So first of all, the campus. Reading has a very green campus and is very sustainable. We have the House Gardens, which is used for teaching and conservation, and you may have seen the climate change stripes that Professor Ed Hawkins has made to show the annual temperature increase of the planet. I care a lot about the planet and the environment, so this was something that really stood out for me about Reading. We also have 100% of the electricity on campus from renewable sources, as well as Zero Waste Society and lots of other great things. Second of all, the accommodation. In first year, I lived in Bridges Halls. One of the reasons I picked this accommodation was how close it was to my building, so it's on the far side of the university, nearer to the chemistry building. I also picked it because of the price and the good things that I heard from the students when I looked round. We have a variation of different halls both on campus and off campus, and these include ensuite rooms and shared bathroom, and it's really important that when you do want to look at a university, you come and have a look round for yourself. Thirdly, the course. So as I've already said, I do chemistry. Reading has a smaller chemistry department than some of the universities. We have around 45 students in my year group, and that's the same for all of the year groups. This was something that I really found a good thing, especially having dyslexia. I wanted a smaller cohort so that I could get support if I needed. One of the things that really stood out for me about Reading was the relationship between the lecturers and the students. When I spoke to the students and went on the open days, I could see that they had a great relationship with their tutors. Another great thing about Reading is that when you come here, you will get assigned an academic tutor, and this is a member of staff who is specifically assigned to you, and you can ask them questions and they will help you through your degree. Another thing was the distance from home. As I'm aware, you may not all be from the West Midlands, but for me it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours drive from my hometown. This meant that I could get enough of a bit of distance from home that I could grow and become an adult myself, but I could get home quickly, and there's also a direct train to my hometown if I needed. Another thing you need to look at are the facilities, so whether this is the course itself, so I had a good look around my building and the labs and the facilities that the chemistry department offered. Things like the student union, the library, and if you're into sports or stuff like that, what sort of societies have the university have and what sort of facilities there are. So we have a gym on campus, and yeah, those sorts of things. Like I've already said, the student and staff relationship is really important, and I think you can only get the feel for this when you go and look around the university yourself. Finally, if you're still a bit unsure, the best place to look is the league tables and reviews by previous students. So Reading is 36 overall on the UK's university league tables, and you can go online and see reviews by students. You can see things like employability after university, the diversity of that university, how many students go on to do masters or postgraduate courses. So this is a really great way to get a feel for the uni. Another major part of looking around universities is, of course, the course itself. So although this relates to the chemistry department here at Reading, these things are true for all courses and all universities. First of all, a big change from going to A-level or any previous study is that the course layout may be very different. So whereas at A-levels or previous study you may have had only exams, the university tends to be graded throughout the year with lab reports and coursework and assignments, as well as, for me, I've been in the lab and being assessed whilst doing a practical. So you need to look at how the course is laid out, what modules you'll have and how they'll be assessed. Secondly, like I've already said, the relationships with the lecturers and the cohort size, which is something I feel you can only experience if you come and visit the uni yourself. Another thing, especially after COVID and a bit of turbulence in the education system, you may be worried about your confidence or the support that you'll need when you get to university. So have a look at what courses they offer. The university doesn't just offer the standard courses. For example, with chemistry, they don't offer just straight chemistry. We offer foundation years, chemistry with cosmetics, chemistry with a year in industry or research, pharmaceutical chemistry, so this is key. And like I've said about a year in industry or research, most degrees and courses offer a year where you take a bit of time out from studying and you go and work with a company and see what it's like to be in that industry. So you should have a look, if you want to do this, at what links the university has. So the chemistry department is linked to companies like GSK and AstraZeneca, which is a great way to get a job after university. Now just a little bit more about the University of Reading Life campus and the Students' Union. So first of all, we have a huge library that's recently been refurbished. There's hundreds of thousands of books as well as e-resources. We have 5 floors in the library, which includes individual study space, group study pods and space upstairs. We have a library cafe, and this is also where some of the student services are, where you can get help with using the computers, coursework, CV writing, applying for jobs, interview skills and many other things. Another key part of university, aside from the course itself, is having the university experience and living a bit of the uni life. So we have lots of different societies, including sports and dance, academic, subject societies and religious societies. So I myself am part of the chemistry society and will be on the chemistry committee next year. And I really recommend looking at the sort of societies a university offers before deciding that's where you want to go, as well as, like I've already said, the facilities that they offer. Reading itself has more than 200 undergraduate courses, as well as thousands of other postgraduate courses, masters and research courses, and research groups that you can get involved in. And we're ranked 37th out of 130 for graduate prospects. RUSU is the Students' Union, and this is a place you can go to talk about how your course is running. You can offer some of your feelings about the course in the university, and you can also meet lots of friends there. We have loads of sort of events going on all the time. So we've had things like roller discos, we have the summer ball coming up, we've had artists like Joel Corey come in and perform for us. We also have a uni merch store, a bagel man, bubble tea, lots of international food markets as well. So every Thursday the university has a food market day where we have fresh fruit and veg inside RUSU, and then outside we have vans with lots of fresh food like paella and Mexican, Indian, Chinese food. So we offer a lot aside from just the course itself. We also have lots of coffee shops and cafes on campus. In the Health and Life Sciences building we have a cafe called Dolce Vita, so lots going on all the time. There's also some museums. on campus, and like I've already said, the Harris Gardens, which offers a space to get away from some of the university pressures. We also have a huge lake which is beautiful to walk around, and if you do come and visit Reading, I recommend looking around that as well. Finally, the town itself. The town is about a 20-minute walk away from campus, and there are regular buses that go from the centre of campus to town. If you visit Reading again, I recommend going into the town. We do have a riverside area where there are lots of shops. The Oracle has lots of shops inside. It's like a big shopping mall. There's lots of different food places to eat, and it's beautiful. So lots to look at when you do come and visit Reading. I hope this has given you a bit of a view on student life, but if you do have any questions, please contact us on any of these emails, addresses, or have a look on our website, as well as our YouTube, which is called UOR Outreach, which shows lots of videos of weeks in the life, student experiences. But my main tip would be to visit the university, speak to the students, and get a feel for yourself. I hope that answers any questions, and good luck.